As soon as the Xiaomi handle was turned on, I participated. After all, the mobile phone is not bad, and the handle should not know the big picture. But soon the first more tortuous episode was out of stock. I think Xiaomi's products are too popular. Even the handle can be cleared in seconds. But I never thought that there were many people around me who bought it after me. This puzzled me, so I was in the mood to give it a try. I placed an order on Lao Banhua's mobile phone. Guess what? Could it be that I was blocked by Xiaomi officials? While waiting for the arrival, I was still a little apprehensive. So I chatted with an owner, and the following is the chat history. Of course, what we are talking about is not Xiaomi pulling. And this owner is not a toy nest. Don't associate it. Let's look at the product next. I'm actually curious. I believe you are also very curious how many people are like me. I bought this handle for the first time. But fortunately, the crowdfunding page of Xiaomi's official website released the number of participants and the total amount of crowdfunding. There are 2 ways to participate. They are 329 yuan for full purchase and 1 yuan to participate in the lottery. So this has become a very simple elementary school word problem. A crowdfunding campaign is being held for the Xiaomi Gamepad Elite. Buyers can buy it for 329 yuan in full and can also participate in the lottery for 100 million yuan. A total of 2,060 people participated in this event. The final amount raised was 1,769,208 yuan. How many people bought it directly for 329 yuan? The UX person of the Colon Club is 329 yuan, and the full amount is purchased. The following can be listed in parentheses 20601 x of the procedure 329x. Multiplying 1 by 1 in parentheses equals 1769208329x equals 176920820601 plus x. 328x equals 1748607x equals 5331.12. Isn't it right that you can't get in and out? Why can't you get in and out? Is there something wrong with this data? Or is there a problem with the money collection link? Anyway, I successfully graduated from elementary school, and I had no problem in the calculation process. Regardless, if the official data is not much different, the answer to 5,331 should be similar. That is, there should be more than 5,000 classmates like me, have the courage to dare to try new things. This spirit is still worthy of praise. Of course, if you can cast a force, it would be better, but I still want to pay tribute to the first strong man here. I saw many students ridiculing this appearance before. In fact, this look is still bearable for me. After all, I also have a more bizarre-looking handle. Doesn't this comparison make the Xiaomi handle much more beautiful? The product packaging is very simple, only one handle and one handle holder. You don't even want to give me more root threads, which is too environmentally friendly. The receiver is hidden in the grip on the back of the handle. It is worthy of this handle from the big manufacturer Xiaomi. It is indeed good in terms of workmanship. The gap control is even better than the Xbox. The screw holes on the back are also hidden by foot pads. The details are full of perfect marks. Divide what you think is good on the public screen. At first, when I saw this appearance, I was very skeptical. Will this look good? Until I got my hands on it. Only then did I realize that I was completely overworried about my single oil. If we compare the Xbox controller, we will find it. The main key arrangement of the Xiaomi Elite controller is almost exactly the same as that of Xbox, so the grip doesn't feel any disagreement. The key problem is the buttons. All 4 action buttons use micro buttons. The biggest problem with this type of key is that the key travel is too short. Do you like it specifically? Can only be said that it varies from person to person. And this handle, in addition to the 2 trigger buttons, all the rest of the keys are micro movements. It should be emphasized that the 2 expansion keys of this handle are important. The controversy is huge. The toy has been evaluated before and said that this expansion button is very easy to touch by mistake, but it feels unusually comfortable to use. When we usually use the handle, most of the time it is a force that moves up and down, and this key is designed on the side. So for me, it still feels very comfortable. First, it was difficult to understand. Why did you touch it by mistake? But after many simulations of mine, I finally found the problem. It is still related to the habit of using the handle. Students can take out their own handles and try it out. It is in the process of using the keys. The focus of your fingers on the handle. Where are some people on the fingers? Students who are accustomed to this kind of habit will make a mistake 100% of the time when using this handle. There should be some students like me who focus on the position of the knuckles. Therefore, the specific situation still has to vary from person to person. Since it is an elite handle, how can there be fewer customization features? But this handle really doesn't have any customization features. After all, no one stipulates that elite controllers must have custom functions. Let's take a look at the specific performance of the handle. But at this time, another difficult problem was encountered. After I connect to the computer with a data cable, no matter how I press it, they are all dead and unresponsive. Later, I looked at the instructions and found out. It turns out that this handle only supports wireless connection. Wired is not supported. Lying in the trough. This is the true wireless handle. No wonder they didn't even give a root thread. It should be afraid that many people will misunderstand. But you gave me a wire anyway and let me recharge. The official claims to support multiple platforms, and the 4 supported devices are given. But if you look closely, you will find that 3 of these devices are Android. To put it bluntly, it only supports Android and Windows, and the Android connection is very interesting. Through the manual, it is known that in addition to supporting native Android, the handle can also be mapped. But the key question is, I found that I couldn't adjust the mapping options, so I called customer service. After communication, it was learned that only Xiaomi mobile phones support mapping. Unfortunately, I use a friend's mobile phone. So let's not guess this part of the content first. You can't get a mobile phone for a handle. In terms of polishing the depth of the joystick, Xiaomi's handle is not very good. Cross-type depth is still relatively serious. And the center point also has a very large depth. This level of tuning is basically the level of a 100 yuan handle. For a product with an original price of 399, it is still disappointing. Of course, if you don't play FPS games, if you don't play the game in the race, the impact is not very big. In fact, in the process of playing, the biggest feeling is this vibration. Because this handle is equipped with 2 linear motors, and compared to the PS5 from the same supplier, so the vibration feeling, traditional handles will be much more delicate. But it seems that Xiaomi does not feel too good about the tuning of this motor. Super weak. Of course, it may also be a bug. After all, in the process of playing, the vibration will often disappear inexplicably. Sometimes it appears inexplicably. And this handle contains a lot of bugs. For example, in the process of playing, the connection mode will automatically switch to TV mode, causes the handle to break. What's wrong with Lian? Disconnected. You look at the handle, is it now switched to TV mode? This is TV. Well, you cut it yourself and cut it back. Double tap and double tap can sometimes be inexplicably uncontrolled. Keep running forward. It's not easy to use. It's completely useless. Not me. And the Xiaomi handle does not support wired connection, so we can only wait for the official firmware update. Next, let's disassemble the machine and take a look. In fact, it can be done during the disassembly process. I feel that without talking about appearance, Xiaomi's set of molds is really good. All screw holes are hidden. After disassembling it, it was found that Xiaomi really has nothing to say in terms of workmanship. But in terms of materials, in addition to these 2 linear motors, other aspects of the materials are a bit stretched. The first is that this linear trigger actually uses a potentiometer scheme. At this stage, the handles priced at 200 yuan are basically equipped with Hall triggers as standard. And more than 300 elite handles are still potentiometers. This is a bit unreasonable. In addition, the PCB is actually 1.2 millimeters thick and very easy to run power. At this stage, the soldering density of PCBs is very high. It is easy to lose capacitance and virtual welding after long-term use. And the battery part is very well designed. The part where the battery compartment and the motherboard are in contact is specially made. Sponge pad protection is also added. And the whole set of mold design is also very good. So I don't know how to fix this internal workmanship. Should this be said to be good or bad? We can see that this Xiaomi Elite handle is not an OEM. Obviously, it is an original product and many of the designs are very different. Although it can be seen that in some places it is still more attentive. But what makes me feel more is that Xiaomi's understanding of the handle is not mature enough. A lot of money is spent on the back of the knife and the technology is a bit biased, especially not to let wired connections. I really can't figure this out. The behavior that only Xiaomi mobile phones can adapt to mapping is even more incomprehensible. After all, it is also a cashier with an original price of 399. This answer sheet is generally not satisfactory to the players. I am the old squad leader, an up master who focuses on game history and hardware evaluation. If you like this video, just follow me 3 times in a row.